Alright, what's going on, guys? Before we get started with this video, I want to let you know that I did upload my Fangraphs tutorial video, pretty much walking through what I do for research and how I use Fangraphs, pretty much how I pull up the stats that I show in my video. So be sure to check that out. I did upload it a couple hours before this goes up. I'll be posting this video like sometime late Thursday night, early Friday morning. And that tutorial video is going to go up a couple hours before this. So once you get done watching this video, be sure to check out that Fangraphs video. I would really appreciate it. Maybe it can help some of you guys out, and maybe it help you expand your MLB DFS game, I guess you could say. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Enjoy the video. Alright, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be giving my MLB DraftKings picks for Friday, June 23rd. We got a full slate today on this Friday, 15-game slate. We have a ton of options, a ton of ways that we can look at this slate, a ton of ways that we can attack it. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so looking at pitcher today, up top, your two aces, I guess you could consider, guys over 10K. You got Steven Strasburg and Chris Archer. Both of them get pretty good matchups. I definitely think if you're going to pay up for pitcher, I think Chris Archer's the guy you want to take. That matchup against Baltimore is pretty good. Baltimore, they do strike out a lot, but they definitely have some power bats on that team. So I don't know if I want to be on Archer today. He does pitch very well at home, which works out in his favor. But that price tag, I think that price tag is too expensive on this slate. $12,500 just feels like too much. There are a ton of bad pitchers on the slate, ton of bad pitchers going. So there are some really good bats that I feel like I want to pay up for today. And I don't know if paying up for Archer, I can't get in those bats that I want. And there are some good mid-range options that I really feel good about that give me extra salary to pay up for bats. So I'm not going to be on those two guys. I'm going to be looking at the mid-range, or towards the mid-tier, the top of the mid-tier for my two pitchers. So the first guy I like, I definitely think you could consider this guy an ace. He is a great pitcher. That's Alex Wood at 9,600, getting a matchup against the Rockies. I absolutely love Alex Wood today. I love his price tag. 9,600 seems too cheap for this matchup. I love the 3K discount you're getting when you take him over Archer. I think he has similar upside, could definitely outscore Archer on this slate. So I really like Alex Wood today as my SP1. The only thing I don't like about rostering Wood is the Dodgers will not let him pitch deep into games. If you look at his last 4 games, his pitch count, 89, 87, 91, and 96 pitches. That is pretty low. Most pitchers you want to roster, you want to see them pitch at least 100 pitches, and Wood really doesn't get that heavy leash. The Dodgers will pull him quickly. They pretty much do that for all their pitchers besides Kershaw. Kershaw is really the only guy that the Dodgers will let pitch over 100 pitches. Everyone else is pretty much on a short leash. But even though Wood does get pulled early, I love him today. If you look at his strikeout rate, this guy has elite strikeout stuff. So far this year, he's posted a 29.8% K rate, near 30%, which is insanely high. He's also posted 10.51 K per 9, which is also insanely high. Alex Wood has great strikeout stuff. And if you look at splits this year versus left-handed pitchers, the Rockies strike out 9th most in the league, striking out 23.6% of the time versus lefties. So Wood has great upside here. And the Rockies, they do hit lefties pretty well. They do rank 2nd in average versus lefties, hitting a 279 average. But I've said this before, when you get the Rockies out of Coors Field, they are a team that you can attack. They're getting a huge negative park shift. They're going to be traveling from Coors Field to Dodger Stadium, which is a terrible park downgrade. So I don't think the Rockies are going to have a good game here. So I love Alex Wood today as my SP1. Like I said, you get the Rockies out of Coors Field. They are a team that you can attack, and they strike out a lot versus lefties. And as you've seen, Alex Wood has great strikeout stuff. He's also already faced this team once this year in Coors Field, put up 33.9 DraftKings points against the Rockies in Coors. He pitched 6 innings against them, pitched a shutout, had 10 strikeouts in those 6 innings. So Wood has already seen this team once this year and done terrific against them. I think he's going to have another great game here. I'm expecting at least 25 DraftKings points, which is great for his price tag. I absolutely love Alex Wood today. I think he's going to be probably the highest scoring pitcher on the slate. And I'm going to be locking him in as my SP1 at 9,600. And then for my SP2, I'm going to be looking a little bit cheaper, around that same price range. And I absolutely love Michael Fulmer today at 8,300, getting a matchup against the Padres. I love that Fulmer is going to be going to Petco, to the Padres Stadium, going to be facing a National League team, so he will be able to face the opposing pitcher, which is always great. Anytime you get to face the opposing pitcher, that's pretty much a free strikeout. And although Fulmer isn't a great strikeout pitcher, he definitely has upside here. This San Diego team, they strike out a ton versus right-handed pitchers. If you look at their splits this year versus right-handed pitchers, they rank second highest in the league when it comes to K rate versus righties. They're striking out 25.4% of the time, and this team absolutely sucks against right-handed pitchers. They rank dead last in average versus righties with a 227 average. And WOBA, it ranks second to last as well. So this team sucks versus righties, only hitting a 293 WOBA. So this is a great spot for Fulmer. Like I said, the Padres don't hit righties well at all, and they strike out a ton. So I absolutely love Michael Fulmer today. He's just a guy that always gets the job done. Aside from his last two games, he rarely has a bad game. He always pitches deep in the game. He's always been consistent. I'm expecting him to pitch at least 6 to 7 innings here. I think he'll be able to get maybe a strikeout per inning. I think he's going to have a very solid game. I'm expecting at least 20 DraftKings points, which is great for 8,300. So I love Michael Fulmer today as my SP2, and I'm going to be locking him in 8,300. When you plug in Wood and Fulmer as your two pitchers, that leaves you an average of 4K remaining per player, which we can easily work around. There are some good value plays I like today. So you can definitely use these two pitchers and build around them. But for my 3 hitters to fill out my 5, I'm going to be going to the outfield for all 3 of my hitters. So my first guy that I absolutely love today is Nelson Cruz at 4,200, getting a matchup against Joe Musgrove. I absolutely love Cruz's home run potential here. If you look at Musgrove's splits this year, Musgrove has given up a 2.12 home run per 9. Pretty much means for every 9 innings he's pitched, he's allowing 2 home runs to righties, which is insane. And if you look at the hard hit rate, he's getting hit hard by righties, or he's getting hit pretty hard by righties as well, giving up a 33.6% hard contact rate. So this is a great spot for Nelly Cruz. Nelly Cruz is known as being a lefty masher, but he hits righties just as well. And seeing the matchup against Musgrove, this is a spot I absolutely love Cruz. And Cruz has been heating up lately as well, putting up 16 and 14 DraftKings points in his last 2 games. Like I said, I love Nelly Cruz today. I think he has great home run potential. Joe Musgrove gives up a ton of home runs to righties. I love Nelson Cruz today, and I love him at outfield at just 4,200. I definitely think that price tag is way too cheap. And then for my final 2 guys, both of these guys are going to be value plays under 4K. So the first guy I like is Cole Calhoun at just 3,900, getting a matchup against Rick Porcello. Now, people might see Rick Porcello and just see the name and think this is a bad matchup, but Rick Porcello has been getting absolutely killed this year. If you look at his hard hit rate, he has been getting absolutely crushed. So far this year, versus lefties, Porcello is giving up a 46% hard contact rate. He has been getting absolutely crushed. Every pitch that he throws is getting hit hard. So I absolutely love Cole Calhoun today, especially at just 3,900. That price tag is very cheap. Cole Calhoun also has some pretty good BVP against Porcello. He's seen Porcello 12 times, and in those 12 at-bats, Calhoun has got 6 hits, and 2 of those hits have been home runs. In 12 at-bats, he's batting .500 against Porcello. So like I said, I love Cole Calhoun today. Porcello's just been getting crushed this year. He's getting hit very hard. Calhoun has the BVP. Calhoun also has good power as well. Already had 10 home runs this year. I could definitely see him hitting a home run here, especially in Boston, in Fenway Park. That is a very hitter-friendly park. So I really like Cole Calhoun today for value at outfield at just 3,900. And then my final value play is going to be Malik Smith, just 3,600, getting a matchup against Ubaldo Jimenez. I also really like Smith today for value. This is a great matchup against Jimenez. Jimenez really struggles to keep runners on base, and he is also a terrible pitcher. So I absolutely love Malik Smith today. I think he has great stolen base upside here. He's going to be getting the righty-lefty matchup against Jimenez, which definitely favors Smith. And like I said, Jimenez really struggles to hold on runners, so I like Malik Smith here to get some stolen bases. I think he has great upside. If he gets on base, I expect him to be running. Smith hasn't even been playing for that long with the Rays, and he's already got 9 stolen bases, so this guy has great speed. Ubaldo Jimenez really struggles to keep runners on base, and he is also not a good pitcher. We could definitely see Smith have a great all-around game here with the stolen bases. I think he'll get a couple hits as well. Absolutely love Malik Smith today at just 3,600. Definitely think he is way too cheap for this matchup. So I'm going to be locking him in for outfield value at just 3,600. So yeah, these are my 5 plays for tonight, guys. I went with Alex Wood, Michael Fulmer, Nelson Cruz, Cole Calhoun, and Malik Smith. When you plug these 5 guys in your DK lineup, that leaves you an average of over 4K remaining per player, which can easily be worked around. Plug in a couple value plays and build around these 5 guys. Or if you want to get my lineups, then be sure to follow me on Twitter at the DFS_GOAT. My lineups are $5 a day, or you can get a week of lineups for $25. So be sure to message me on Twitter if you are interested in getting lineups. Or if you just have any questions on the day's slate or just want to ask me something, you can also contact me on Twitter as well. I am pretty active on Twitter, so just message me if you have any questions or concerns. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like the video and subscribe if you enjoyed. If this is your first time on my channel, please be sure to subscribe. I would really appreciate it. I do upload these videos pretty much every day, so I would appreciate it if you would subscribe. And if you never want to miss out on any videos, if you scroll down to where the subscribe button is, there is a bell icon. If you click that bell icon, that'll notify you every time I upload. So if you never want to miss out on any videos, you can do that as well. I would really appreciate that. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next video. Good luck tonight, guys. Peace.
Live on the edge, but she balanced. You traded Mars for talent. When it's you off that Lindsay, we make quite a tandem. Barclays and Phantoms, city nights getting random. Tried to call you last night, guess it was too hard to answer. No other option. A Janis Joplin, I get on top.